You're watching KSTP-TV, Minnesota's News Channel 5.
Live from Minnesota's News Channel, KSTP Channel 5, this is Eyewitness News Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6 o'clock on a Monday morning, September the 7th. It's a holiday. It's Labor Day. Do you have the day off? We don't.
No. We're working today, and so is the official Labor Day weatherman, Bill Ramby, who is upstairs and is going to tell us all about the end of summer. Oh, yes.
I hate to think of it like that, the end of summer. We want to work today, though. That's the thing. You know,
we sure do.
We enjoy this type of day. It's very nice outside this morning. There was the full corn moon out earlier, but it's going behind a few clouds. We'll have partly cloudy skies. Check the current conditions. Skies are clear, but some clouds creeping into the south metro, especially right now. Temperature 57 degrees, the dew point 56, 96% humidity. Could be some patchy fog, low-lying areas. Winds have been calm all night long. Pressure on the rise. We'll have a summer-like forecast for today. Temperatures on the mild side, maybe a thunderstorm late in the day. More on that forecast about 5 or 6 minutes or so. Wendy or Bob?
All right, we'll look forward to that. Thanks,
Okay.
Bill. A lot of kids go back to school tomorrow.
It wasn't too long ago that Minnesota kids started school before Labor Day, but that, that turned to a late summer vacation. It tended to mess everything up. Changes in the school calendar and changes in promoting Minnesota tourism have teamed up to bring this summer close to a record for tourism in the state. And we bring you team coverage on that with Mike Binkley.
It's never been like this before in these Minnesota highway stops where they hand out state maps and information. The crowds are up by nearly 15% over last year's record. And it's not just people from outside Minnesota who know nothing about our state. It's a lot of Minnesotans who want to stay here and discover more.
It's a lot of pretty country, yeah. Right.
I've been around a lot of different areas in Minnesota, both hunting and recreational-wise.
A lot to do here, isn't there?
A lot, yes, and we love Minnesota very much.
Julie Peterson handed out a record number of brochures for her center Saturday, with a lot of people asking about the state fair, the Renaissance Festival, and the Twins. There's been just one real tough question.
Can I find a hotel anywhere, which has been a real big problem because, you know, with all the people coming in, everything's been booked up solid.
These volunteers from REACT serving up rest stop coffee this weekend have been amazed at the traffic, too.
Yesterday, we served over 600 cups during just yesterday, and the whole 4th of July weekend, we didn't go over 750.
A lot of people think it's the great summer weather that's brought all the interest. Of course, the state has also run a successful media campaign with Linda Kelsey. But then, too, we've had a long summer with a late Labor Day. And now that Minnesota schools are required by law to reopen after Labor Day, it's one extra travel weekend. But as John Wingate reports, that idea has gotten mixed reviews.
A carefree weekend at Lake Mille Lacs is how the Dave and Janie Zeck family is ending the summer. This is how thousands of families are spending the Labor Day holiday, squeezing in one last trip to the lake or campground before school starts. The state law requiring public schools to begin after Labor Day seems to be paying off. Many resort owners say their holiday business has picked up.
We were really sort of discouraged what Labor Day potentially looked like, and last night we were just about full.
Phil and Vivian Tideman operate the nearby Hazel Glade Resort. They say the late school start hasn't helped them since much of their business comes in early summer.
Those people, of course, can't show up as early as they used to because the schools tend to go later into June.
Some school administrators would like to see school begin sooner. In Mounds View, classes used to begin a week before Labor Day. Now, a later start means classes go longer.
When you extend the year so far into June, we've found that students have had difficulty getting jobs. We've also found that teachers who are expected to go to summer school often are missing the starting day of college courses.
An effort to repeal the late school starting law failed this year in the Minnesota legislature. At this point, most people seem to prefer spending the waning days of summer at the lake instead of gearing up for another year in the classroom. John Wingate for Eyewitness News Morning at Lake Mille Lacs.
4 Minnesota men have died in state traffic accidents since the beginning of Labor Day of the holiday weekend. 3 of the men were pedestrians, and 1 man died when his car rolled over. Last year, a total of 8 people died during the holiday.
A St. Louis Park man faces a deadline today. The city has told him to bring his treehouse up to city building codes today or show up in court. Mark Tucker has decided he's going to court. Tucker built the multi-story treehouse in an old maple tree in his backyard. Today he's giving tours of his treehouse and asking for signatures. Tucker says he thinks St. Louis Park officials are being unreasonable.
They've never required an action of this sort for any other treehouse, even though the other ones are smaller. But I believe that the other tree houses in this city are probably more hazardous than this one because they're not built as well as this one has been built.
City officials say they aren't sure Tucker's treehouse is structurally sound.
The University of Minnesota Dental School and Veterinary School may be safe from cutbacks. University President Kenneth Keller is scheduled to meet with the U of M Board of Regents later this week. He is expected to recommend the two schools stay open. A commitment to focus advisory report on improving the U suggested shutting down the two schools, but school officials and alumni have objected to that plan. It is now 6:06, 56 degrees on this Labor Day morning. Bill Ramby will be here with the official Labor Day weather forecast.
And you'll see what news events are coming up this week next when Janelle Gabor takes a look ahead on Eyewitness News Morning.
Water Bedroom Man here to announce my annual Labor Day weekend sale. This Thursday through Monday, the Water Bedroom is having their Labor Day weekend sale with store-wide savings. Plus, no payment till March of 1988. Not only is there no payment till March, there's also no interest till March. Through Monday only, take home the Water Bed or bedroom furniture of your choice and have no payment plus interest-free financing till March. Hurry! My Water Bedroom's Labor Day weekend sale ends tonight at 9 p.m. Fly to the Water Bedroom Superstores for my annual Labor Day weekend sale.
Amber's $1.99 jumbo breakfast. 2 farm fresh eggs, 2 buttermilk pancakes, 2 country sausage links, and 2 strips of hardwood cured bacon, only $1.99. Embers, big taste, small check.
A beautiful oil painting in an exquisite frame. In a gallery, you could pay as much as $1,000 for paintings like these. But at Collectors Art's first spectacular sale of their new season, you'll be able to buy oils like you see here for a fraction of those high gallery prices. Plus, over 2,000 paintings to be sold out from $14 to $39. Incredible! This Sunday and Monday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Bloomington at the Marriott, in Roseville at the Holiday Inn St. Paul North, in Brooklyn Park at the Sheridan Northwest, and in St. Cloud at the Best Western Sunwood Inn.
Welcome back. Bill Ranby joins us fresh down from the Weather Center. Good morning.
I feel refreshed. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's a Monday morning, something like that.
It's a holiday.
Yeah, maybe that too. I like getting up on these holidays. Nobody else is out. It's real quiet in the morning. The full corn moon was out. It was great.
Do the weather, Bill.
It was nice. Okay, Bob, I'll tell you what, there could be a little fog in some parts of the metro this morning, and I think if you've been out and about, you probably saw the moon that was full overnight. But again, it's pretty comfortable outside this morning. Check temperatures right now across the Midwest, generally in the 50s. The warmest spots, believe it or not, are Bemidji and Grand Forks at 59 degrees. Some clouds up here north and west of the cities. Also a little patch of clouds around just the south metro, but keeping temperatures generally in the 50s. The coolest spots, 50 out in here on 53 Waterton, South Dakota. Some of those cooler temperatures will make their way in here. But not this morning. It's not bad. 56 degrees is the 6 a.m. temperature. The dew point is 55. 96% our humidity, winds are calm, and the pressure steady at 30.00, partly cloudy. Check the satellite pictures and watch this little patch of clouds that have been following overnight just south of the cities here. Here it comes into the metro. It's coming again from Mankato up through Le Sueur and through Northfield. Now in the south metro, we'll see some of those clouds, especially the south and east metro this morning, but they are moving away. Now, this band of clouds is a cold front that'll come in here a little bit later on. Check the map for this afternoon. And there it is. There's the cold front coming into western Minnesota. Temperatures a little warmer out ahead of it. Partly cloudy skies. Temperature here in the Twin Cities around 79 for a high. But behind it, a lot of scattered showers and temperatures will be cooler. And that'll be our story for the midweek forecast. But no, not for today. Not bad. Kind of a summer-like end to the summertime season. Partly cloudy and 72 by midday. South winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then the afternoon drive time, chance of thunderstorms, 78 for a temperature. Winds will be variable at that time. Going around to the north for tonight. Tonight's low about 54. Shower thunderstorm possible mainly before midnight. Clearing skies after midnight. And tomorrow, a little cooler, variably cloudy. Some sunshine in the morning, popping up some clouds and maybe a scattered light shower, but not bad. Temperatures around 68 for a high. Some of Bob's favorite kind of fall-like weather.
Yeah, it's just usual type weather.
It's not bad. A little cooler, I think, the mid part of the week. Temperatures upper 60s, near 70 for a high.
Good, good. Looking forward to it. Okay. Looking ahead this week, the Minnesota State Fair winds down today, and a new cornerstone of commerce opens in St. Paul. Janelle Gabor tells us what's on the schedule this week.
It's your last chance today to take part in the Great Minnesota Get-Together for 1987. Labor Day marks the last day at the fair and the unofficial end of summer in Minnesota. Tuesday, it's back to school for most public schools in the state. Drivers are urged to watch for children crossing the streets. The law requires that all vehicles stop when the bus warning lights are flashing.
I was in band choir up until 11th grade.
Coming up on the Eyewitness News Update Tuesday, Neil Murray on your behalf tells us about a travel club out of Chicago that ended up with hundreds of unhappy members.
I got my MasterCard statement, and on there I was billed $49.20 for joining the club, and I never joined the club.
Neil will let us know how things turned out with the Bank Card Travel Club Tuesday at 10. Pope John Paul II's visit to the United States begins Thursday. The historic 10-day visit begins in Miami, Florida. Jason Davis will have live reports from Miami. The theme of the visit is unity in the work of service. The Minneapolis YWCA is celebrating world peace by dedicating its downtown building as a peace site. The dedication ceremony will take place this Thursday at noon. The eyes of the world will be on downtown St. Paul Friday. That's when the Minnesota World Trade Center will officially open. The ceremony is open to the public and will take place at noon. Janelle Gabor looking ahead for Eyewitness News Morning.
A busy week ahead in news, a busy week ahead in sports. There are tighter races than ever in Major League Baseball.
Oh, fantastic pennant races. The Twins' performance against the Brewers yesterday, though, pretty loose. Ed Cairo will tell you all about it in just a moment.
Twin Cities, it's happening right now. In White Bear Lake, over 7,000 new and used cars, all gathered together in one location for the biggest Labor Day closeout sale in Minnesota history. Over 3 solid miles of cars stretching down Highway 61 from Highway 36 to White Bear Lake. Factory rebates, low-interest financing, dealer discounts, and huge selection. 10 minutes from downtown St. Paul, 15 minutes from Minneapolis. The White Bear Auto Dealer's huge Labor Day closeout sale. Be there.
Leaky water heaters, broken pipes, drippy faucets, all potential plumbing problems. So who do you call when you need help fast? Roto-Rooter, the same name you call to clear a clogged sewer, sink, or drain. Roto-Rooter, quality, guaranteed plumbing services 7 days a week, Saturday and Sunday, from a name you've known and trusted for over 50 years. Roto-Rooter, reliable plumbers you can count on.
That's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
What to do if it rains on Labor Day? Come to Highland Appliance's spectacular Labor Day sale and save on everything in the store. All the appliances, all 5 to 40% off. What to do if it doesn't rain on Labor Day? Come to Highland anyway. You can swim anytime, but Highland's terrific sale is Monday only from 10 to 6. So save 5 to 40% at Highland. Rain or shine. Looks like rain.
Ed Cairo's here, fresh out of the sports office. Good morning, Ed.
Looking good, Ed.
Happy
Looking
Labor
good.
Day.
We'll be ready in about an hour.
Okay. The Twins, I tell you. It was going well until yesterday.
Well, yeah, but they got to lose one once in a while.
I know.
You know, heck, they practically killed Milwaukee all year. Anybody, though, who looked for the magic at the Metrodome yesterday was disappointed. Ted Higuera threw a 2-hitter at the Twins. They lost to Milwaukee 6-0. Steve Carlton was the Minnesota starter, working 7 full innings and giving up 2 runs, but on just 3 hits. One of those ended up in the paid section of the Dome. Ken Bragg made it 2-0 Brewers. That was in the 6th. Well, the game was close until George Frazier appeared from the bullpen. In the 2/3 of an inning, he allowed 4 runs, including Rob Deere's 2-run homer. For Higuera, though, 6 runs was 5 more than he needed. He was never in trouble, and the Twins lose it. The final score was 6-0. Other American League action, Texas over Detroit 9-3, changes that race a little bit because Toronto won in the Kingdome in 11 innings. California beat New York, Baltimore by a run over Oakland, Chicago in 11 over Kansas City, and Cleveland beat Boston by 2. The hottest race in the National League is in the East. Yesterday, East leading St. Louis got a couple of RBIs from starter John Tudor against San Diego. Jack Clark hit his 35th homer, too, and the Cards beat the Pods 6-4 for a 3.5-game lead in the National East. The Mets lost a full game to the Cardinals in a marathon game with the Dodgers. After 16 innings, Howard Johnson's throwing error allowed Danny Heap to score the winning run. L.A. beat New York 3-2 in 16 to alter the standings in the East. The National otherwise has Montreal beating Atlanta 5-2, Chicago 3-1 over Cincinnati, Pittsburgh by a run over Houston, while San Francisco beat Philadelphia by 3. The big news at the U.S. Open Tennis Championships continues to be the trouble John McEnroe continues to contract with his mouth. McEnroe has been fined $17,500 for verbal abuse of an umpire and a CBS sound technician. McEnroe has also been suspended for 2 months. He plans to appeal both. Neither takes effect until after the U.S. Open. McEnroe plays Andres Gomez with his racket today. Gopher quarterback Ricky Foggy may sit out 3 games of the '87 season for borrowing money for a funeral trip home. The NCAA is pushing a 3-game suspension, and the Gophers will appeal.
At McEnroe now, he's hitting sound technicians.
Well, he didn't hit them except verbally, but he laid it on pretty heavy with that.
Always fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Ed. It's 6:17 right now on a Monday morning, and it's 56 degrees. Meteorologist Bill Ranby will be here to take a peek at the weather this week.
And firefighters appear to be gaining ground on the fires raging in the west. That story and the other top news stories of the day when we return.
For over 20 years, Bradley Exterminating Company has been providing quality exterminating services for fine homes, apartments, and businesses. And now, due to popular demand, we've also developed a complete line of quality products for the do-it-yourselfer. All Bradley Exterminating products are easy to use and packed with exterminator punch to get the job done fast. When you have a pest problem, look for a Bradley display in a store near you. Bradley Exterminating products. They work for exterminators, they'll work for you.
Available at Hardware Hank in Minneapolis and Robbinsville.
What will you do when you find out how much you could have saved at Knox? Knox. Nobody beats our building supplies.
Save on items throughout the store now during Knox Builder Days sale.
Walk into Saxon Ford and you can drive away in a new car or truck for just $48 over invoice. Plus, get a check for up to $1,000. Here's how. Buy any new 87 car and truck and it's yours for just $48 over invoice. Plus, you get a Ford factory rebate of up to $1,000 free and clear and yours to keep. We'll write a check to you on the spot. It's that easy. 287s in stock and they're all $48 over invoice and a rebate to keep with every one. Special prices through Labor Day only and only at Saxon Ford St. Paul, now 31 years strong.
Well, we, of course, will enjoy Labor Day, but we have an entire week ahead of us, and Mr. Bill Ranby to fill us in on what we can expect.
That's right. And some of us may not be working the whole week, you know. Some of us not work today.
I will be, but...
Well, I know, but some people might not be. I might not be.
Okay.
At any rate, the week ahead is going to shape up a little on the cool side across the Midwest. Take a look at the early part of the week, and for Monday and Tuesday, the entire upper Midwest will be on the cool side. There are some scattered showers and thunderstorms, I think, going to be happening across the Midwest. This will be with the cool front that comes through here later on today. So today will probably be our warmest day of the week, but the front will continue pushing to the east. A real wet week in the eastern half of the country. From the upper Midwest here, we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms, but they'll push through the east and real wet and rainy across most of the east coast area. So if you're traveling out east, bring the umbrella. Not too bad in the west, a little on the warm side, and even hot in the southwest. Now for Wednesday through Friday, pretty much the same in the west. It'll be very warm to hot in much of the southwest, mild across the Midwest, and cool across the upper Midwest. A few scattered showers, the UP of Michigan, the Arrowhead of Minnesota, maybe a stray one around the Twin Cities, but not bad, but still wet in the east. So if you're traveling east, it's going to be a wet week, but not here, I think. So far this morning, it hasn't been wet. It's been kind of clear and cool and calm overnight. Temperature's 56 degrees, the dew point is 55, 96% our humidity, winds are calm, and the pressure's steady. Skies are partly cloudy. Satellite pictures overnight show a weather system to the west of us. This is a front coming across the Dakotas that will get here later on today, but ahead of it, just a couple of patches of clouds around here. And check the radars around the country this morning. A little precipitation north and west of us up in that patch of clouds, and that may spawn a few showers and thunderstorms later on. Heaviest precipitation south and east of the Twin Cities overnight, and lots of rain in the east. Here's our forecast then for midday, calling for partly cloudy skies and 72 degrees. Our winds will be out of the south at about 5 to 15. For afternoon drive time, right around 78, with still a chance of thunderstorms by then. Tonight, maybe some thunderstorms early tonight, clearing skies late tonight, 54 our low. Tomorrow, we'll see a temperature around 68 for a high, a little cooler, maybe a scattered shower in the afternoon. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, kind of on the cool side. Wednesday and Thursday, maybe up to near 70 for a high by Friday, but we might have some sprinkles on Wednesday. Not a bad week shaping up, but a little fall-like, a little on the cool side.
Well, it should be fall-like. I mean, it's September after all.
Kids going back to school tomorrow?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bill. These are the top stories in the news. There's word that one of 2 West Germans held hostage in Lebanon the past 7 months has been freed. State-run radio in Lebanon says Alfred Schmidt was released by pro-Iranian Shiite Muslim kidnappers this morning. The search for bodies continues this morning in Malala, Oregon, just 20 miles from Portland. So far, police have discovered the bodies of 7 females since Monday. Police say they have no clues as to who is responsible for the killings. Also, they have not been able to identify any of the bodies. Despite cooler weather, widespread forest fires continue to rage in the West. In California, where nearly 500,000 acres have been blackened, fire crews made progress against one fire threatening a grove of rare sequoia redwoods. Overall, an estimated 970 square miles of forest have been charred by fire so far. Quinn Martin, one of Hollywood's most successful producers, has died of an apparent heart attack in his California home. Martin's QM Productions gave TV such series as The Fugitive, The FBI, The Streets of San Francisco, and Barnaby Jones. Martin was 65. The time now is 6:22, 56 degrees here in the Twin Cities.
When Eyewitness News Morning returns, Dr. Michael Breen takes a look at a type of blindness that could affect hundreds of Minnesotans.
Ugh. Why can't I ever take decent pictures? Where did I go wrong?
Maybe to the wrong photo finisher. Look, if they gave you bum photos, ProX will fix them. Free. Bring us your most disappointing pictures, plus their negatives, and we'll reprint a few, just to show you how much better ProX makes them look.
See? I can take decent pictures.
ProX. You won't be disappointed.
Maybe I should turn pro.
Imagine if they made omelets in heaven.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
In heaven, you could have a pizza omelet,
Hallelujah.
a seafood omelet, or a spinach and mushroom omelet. And you'd get your choice of a fresh-baked muffin or pancakes.
Hallelujah.
You don't have to go to heaven to get a meal this good. Just go to Perkins. Tummy heaven.
With your help, the Walzer stores have contributed over $130,000 to muscular dystrophy. Again, this year, we're committed to this outstanding cause. We'll donate $100 for every car and truck sold through Labor Day, and right now is the best time in history to buy. With 1.9% factory financing or cash back, and year-end model closeout means prices will never be lower.
And help yourself to a great deal.
And help Jerry's kids at all 7 Walzer locations.
Walzer.
Where caring is the family tradition.
Guaranteed.
6:24 and 56 degrees. Every year, more than 300 Minnesotans become legally blind from an illness most people have never heard of. It's called macular degeneration. In this morning's Vital Signs, Dr. Michael Breen talks about a simple home test to detect the illness.
William Marsh already has macular degeneration in his right eye. His left eye is being closely monitored. He discovered his problem accidentally.
I watching television, and I, for some reason, rubbed my left eye like that, and all of a sudden, it was just like somebody cut the television off. I couldn't see it, you know.
Now, the macula is part of the retina of the eye. It's the part of the retina which gives us our central vision. It also helps us to see fine detail. A detail like the small print in this newspaper. Dr. Gary Pasica explains.
light that comes in through the cornea is focused by the lens, and it comes straight back onto the macula. So when you're looking directly at something, it impacts on the macula.
The macula tends to break down as we age. The tip-off is white or pale yellow growths called drusen. Now, your vision can also be obscured by leaking abnormal blood vessels. Sometimes lasers can seal off those blood vessels if the problem is caught early. This grid is a good way to test your eyesight. Cover one eye and focus on the dot in the middle. You should be able to see all the squares on the paper. William not only can't see the dot, he can't even see the pad. All he has left in his right eye is his peripheral or side vision.
I see my hand here now. I don't see it now, but I see it here. All the way around, I see it. But I don't see it here.
Most people with macular degeneration still live a normal life by using low vision aids like magnifying glasses. You're at special risk for this illness if you're over the age of 50 or 60, have fair skin and light-colored eyes, have a family history of the disease, or if you've had it before yourself. If you're over 50, check yourself with a grid. William Marsh looks at his every day. And visit your ophthalmologist once a year, even sooner if you notice a problem. I'm Dr. Michael Breen, reporting for Eyewitness News Morning.
Another medical story today. 2 Siamese twins joined at the back of the head are apart and alive this morning. The twins were separated during a 22-hour operation this weekend. 70 people helped with that operation. The 2 West German boys are listed in critical but stable condition at Johns Hopkins University Hospital in Baltimore. Doctors say the biggest threat to the 7-month-old boys' lives is the possibility of a blood clot forming in newly constructed blood vessels.
An 8-year-old girl from Henderson, Minnesota is recovering from a heart-lung transplant. Cynthia Holicki became the youngest Minnesotan to receive the transplant last week. At last report, she was listed in critical but stable condition. The university has done 5 such transplants.
The 21-hour Jerry Lewis Telethon for Muscular Dystrophy is in its 11th hour this morning. Before it's over tonight, 100 celebrities will have appeared for performances to fight the disease. This year's goal, by the way, is $35 million.
627, 56 degrees. We'll look at what union leaders are saying on this Labor Day coming up.
You'll also find out about a new study on the dolls black children prefer and what it may say about our culture. That's later on Eyewitness News Morning.
Now the fresh taste of Vandy Camps has a new ring to it. Finally, fish from a microwave that's crunchy on the outside and moist and tender inside. The secret's in the crisping sheet. If this sounds good, wait till you taste it. Vandy Camps, the freshest ideas in frozen fish. Now get our new microwave fish sticks and fillets for your whole family.
I'm Harry Sieben. I'd like to tell you about an important addition at Sieben, Gross & Von Holtum. Former federal Judge Miles Lord, a proven advocate of your legal rights, has joined us. We've always been known as the law firm for injured people that want to know their rights. The addition of Miles Lord will make us even more effective in representing you. So if you've been injured in an accident, on the road, at home, or on the job, contact us for a free consultation. We assure you maximum protection of your legal rights.
Yes, it's true, friends. We're making automobile history right now, today, at Viking Chevrolet in Fridley. Never before, and maybe never again, financing as low as 1.9%. Yeah, 1.9% financing from GMAC, or up to $1,000 in factory cashbacks. And by the way, you can use the cashbacks towards your down payment right here at Viking Chevrolet. We'll see ya here.
What if you could treat quackgrass this fall and still have control 2 cropping seasons from now? We guarantee you can with Roundup herbicide. Just apply 1 quart per acre of Roundup this fall following application guidelines. We guarantee you'll have 85% control 2 growing seasons from now, or the Roundup to treat again is free. This guarantee applies only this fall, so see your certified custom applicator now. You know, Roundup is ideal for acres coming out of government programs, too.
Eyewitness News Morning continues with Bob Bruce and Wendy Lubovich.
6:30 and 56 degrees here in the Twin Cities.
And it's a holiday.
It is.
In the next half hour of Eyewitness News Morning, Minnesota's great get-together draws to a close today. The state fair attracted record crowds this year.
And although President Reagan has the day off, he has a busy week planned, part of which includes a meeting with the Pope.
And this morning's Snapshot feature introduces us to some little girls with big dreams.
But first, at least 5 Minnesotans, 3 of them pedestrians, have died so far in Labor Day holiday weekend traffic accidents. In Kingstree, South Carolina, authorities are trying to determine if the driver of a pickup truck was intoxicated when he drove his truck head-on into a recreational vehicle, killing himself and 8 others. Only the driver of the RV survived. Authorities say that 273 people have died nationwide due to holiday traffic accidents.
Union leaders are calling on Americans to celebrate Labor Day the way it used to be, with a salute to labor, not simply as the last weekend in summer. AFL-CIO leaders are also asking federal officials to correct inadequate child care workers. The union says millions of working parents and their children have been victimized by the lack of child care. Well, nevertheless, it is indeed a holiday. A lot of people out picnicking today. Nice weather for it.
Not bad around here, and if you're planning to travel around to other parts of the country, maybe home, maybe coming from somewhere to here, you'll want to get a look at the flyway forecast, I think, and I'm just itching to go at it. But first we'll show
scratch that itch.
No. We'll show the current conditions first, Bob. And what are we going to show you around here? It's been very pleasant overnight. Currently outside, it's 56 degrees. 55 is our dew point, 96% humidity. Winds are calm, the pressure steady, and skies currently partly cloudy. Here it is, the flyway forecast for around the country, a selected city in a low temperature and a high temperature in the next 24 hours. Real warm out in the west, Seattle and Los Angeles, about 80 for a high, lots of sunshine. And that's good news, I think, for the most part, for people fighting fires across the west, because they will not have any lightning strikes due to thunderstorms out to the west. There will be thunderstorms and quite a bit of rain in the eastern part of the country. I think from Chicago down to Dallas to Atlanta to New York City. Lots of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures real warm in the extreme south, but just kind of muggy and pretty mild across much of the east. Could be some minor delays flying up and down the east coast today. They will have some slowed down traffic because of this rain and low clouds and fog out there. High temperatures today on the cool side north and west of us. Out further west, though, pretty mild, 80s and 90s across much of the desert regions of the west. And temperatures around here, though, 70s across Minnesota, close to 80 right here on the Twin Cities. Now, by later on this afternoon, it will shape up pretty nicely around here. The front, though, will be coming into the western part of Minnesota. Some showers and thunderstorms out there. Ahead of the front, temperatures about 79, upper 70s for highs with sunny to partly cloudy skies. This little patch of clouds will drift through the metro for this morning. Our forecast for midday, partly cloudy and 72. South winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then for the afternoon drive time, 78 degrees. Variable winds and a chance of thunderstorms as the front will be approaching the metro by then. Tonight we'll have some scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly this evening and early tonight, clearing skies later tonight. 54 our low, northwest winds 5 to 15 tomorrow, back up to 68, variably cloudy skies, a scattered shower is possible, and the allergy alert forecast will be high in the high range for ragweed pollen, but that'll be starting to come down, I think, by the end of the week.
Do you feel better now?
I feel happy.
Now that you got that flyaway forecast off your chest.
Thanks for itching me, yeah.
Today is the last day of the great Minnesota get-together, the Minnesota State Fair. And at 5 and 6 p.m. today, Eyewitness News will celebrate Minnesota from the fair. Mark Sapelsa and Ruth Spencer will broadcast live from the KSTP building right across from the grandstand on the fairgrounds. That's today on Live at 5 and on Eyewitness News at 6 p.m., celebrating Minnesota from the State Fair.
In California, the forest fire situation seems to be getting a little better this morning. Many of the timber fires have now fully been contained, as ABC's Gary Shepard tells us.
This gigantic fire in the California Sierras is still burning out of control, but the U.S. Forest Service says fire crews have now been able to stop its advance along 1/3 of the perimeter. Firefighters set this huge backfire to stop the main blaze from threatening the town of Groveland. On the other side of the perimeter, they used phosphorus flares to ignite a separate series of backfires because several thousand homes were in jeopardy. Helicopters dropped napalm to burn terrain difficult to reach from the ground. For many firefighters, it wasn't a pleasant job.
It's kind of sad that we can't do anything about it except for burn it off. It's the only way we can stop this.
But the strategy worked and the homes were spared. 1,400 soldiers from the California National Guard were called to active duty to help move fire crews and supplies. And at Fort Ord, California, hundreds of regular Army troops, just given a crash course in firefighting, packed up and headed for Oregon to battle other forest fires there. At this evacuation center in Sonora, California, there was good news for 250 residents of nearby Tuolumne. They were allowed to return home.
I can't wait to see my bed again.
Most families wasted little time getting back into their own house.
It's nice to have a place to come back to. Yeah, we could have burned up very easily.
But at least 5,000 people are still waiting. Authorities say if the fire continues to slow down, more families will be allowed to go home. Gary Shepard, ABC News, Sonora, California.
The black smoke from those forest fires may have contributed to a near collision over Oakland, California yesterday. A jetliner came within 200 feet of a private airplane before taking evasive actions. No injuries or damages were reported. Smoke and haze from the forest fires had apparently cut visibility down to 1/4 of a mile. Also in California, spectators were watching an air show near Mammoth Lake Sunday. A stunt pilot was performing aerobatics when his military trainer jet, when he misjudged the distance in his loop and crashed. He was killed instantly. No other injuries reported.
The number of Democrats who would like to take President Reagan's place in the White House will grow by 1 today. This morning on ABC's Good Morning America, Jesse Jackson will make his intentions known concerning the 1988 presidential campaign. Jackson has been looking like a candidate for quite some time and just a week ago held a major fundraiser in New York. That Jackson will announce that he is running is one of the worst-kept secrets of the presidential race. As a presidential candidate in 1936, Alf Landon suffered one of the worst defeats ever for a Republican. Yesterday, on the eve of his 100th birthday, he was visited by a Republican who won his presidential race by one of the largest margins ever. The defeat to Franklin Roosevelt was long forgotten yesterday as President Reagan and his wife stopped by Landon's Kansas home on their way back to Washington to wish him a happy birthday. After their stop at Landon's home, the president did indeed continue on with Mrs. Reagan to Washington to celebrate Labor Day at the White House and to prepare for a very busy week. News Star reporter Carol Lynn has more in today's Washington Preview.
All is quiet in the Western Wing today. The president, like most of us, has the holiday off. Mr. and Mrs. Reagan plan to spend a quiet day in their residence, catching up on paperwork. The president is back from his 3-week vacation in California. Coming up this week, he meets with Pope John Paul II in Miami. Also, his nominee for FBI Director, William Sessions, goes before the Senate Judiciary Committee for confirmation. While Mr. Reagan might have the day off, Judiciary Committee staff members do not. They are busy compiling stacks of background information and briefing books for the Sessions hearings. One staff member said William Sessions will easily be confirmed. Robert Bork, Reagan's controversial nominee to the Supreme Court, will be another story. Today, the committee's nomination team meets with committee chairman Senator Joe Biden to talk about the upcoming hearings. In Washington, Carol Lynn reporting for the News Star Network.
Question for you. When is a prison escape not really an escape? An Idaho jury has decided it's when the prisoner feels he's in danger in prison. Mountain man Claude Dallas cut his way out of the minimum security section of the Idaho State Penitentiary last year. Late Friday, the jury decided his escape was justified since he says prison guards told him they would shoot him if given half a chance. Dallas was convicted of killing 2 Idaho game wardens and sent to prison. Since he escaped once, he'll now have to serve the rest of his 30-year manslaughter sentence in the maximum security section. State radio in Lebanon is reporting that Alfred Schmidt, one of 2 West German hostages held captive in Lebanon for more than 7 months, is now free. The hostage is believed to be on his way to Syria. Meanwhile, in West Germany, there is an unprecedented meeting taking place. For the first time, a leader of a communist east part of Germany will be meeting with West German officials. Human rights issues are expected to be the focus of that meeting.
38 minutes after 6 o'clock, 56 degrees in the Twin Cities. Dolls have been a longtime favorite toy of children in the United States.
And when Eyewitness News Morning returns, we'll tell you about a survey that shows some kids prefer the same dolls now as they did 40 years ago.
This is it. We open the doors at midnight. We're going to be here all night long at Southdale Ford Yugo. Get off the couch, turn off the television set, and come see us. You could win one of several free cars to be given away. And for the first 100 people to come through that door, we're going to give you a valuable travel alarm clock. That's not all. 1.9% financing, up to $1,000 in cash rebates, carnival rides for the kids, balloons, clowns. It's all happening right here at Southdale Ford Yugo, our big 21-hour Labor Day sale event, a carnival of values. You won't want to miss it.
Imagine my excitement when my mom and dad took me to Hoygaard's annual tent sale, where you don't have to spend a lot of money to get the best. That makes sense. I got this neat stuff, but imagine my disappointment No tents. Hoygaard's annual tent sale is huge savings on skis, boots, clothing, and accessories. Real good deals, honest. Even though I didn't get my tent. Hoygaard's, I salute you.
Hoygaard's preseason ski sale starts Thursday. St. Louis Park store only. See your newspaper for details.
When you're at the game, wear what the pros wear. When you warm up, wear what the pros wear. When you take time out, wear what the pros wear. Only the authentic NFL Pro line brings you the same gear NFL players and coaches use from the people who make it. NFL tested, NFL tough. Coaches caps by Sports Specialties and AJD with a mark of a winner. Heavyweight sweats by Starter and Champion. Built to take it when you put on the miles or when you're pumping up. Coaches shirts and shorts by Starter and Bike, the way you want to look. Now you can have it all for any NFL team. The authentic NFL Pro line.
Wear what the pros wear.
It's all in the NFL Pro Line catalog. For your copy, send $1 to NFL Pro Line, 10812 Alder Circle, Dallas, Texas, 75238.
641 and 56 degrees on this Labor Day. The results of two new studies may be a surprise to some and a disappointment to others. The psychological surveys say that black children still prefer white dolls. In fact, even more so today than 40 years ago. Robin Robinson has the story.
There's nothing unusual about a child wanting a doll, especially one she thinks is pretty.
You want this doll. Why do you like this doll? Why do you like this doll instead of this doll right here? Tell me why you want it.
It's pretty.
You think that one's prettier than this one?
Nothing unusual, some psychologists say, unless the doll is white and the child is black.
In 1947, researchers found 67% of black preschoolers preferred playing with white dolls over black dolls, saying the white dolls were prettier or nicer. That study sparked heated debate over ethnic identity and black awareness for decades. 40 years later, two new studies have rekindled the same argument.
The American Psychological Association says both studies show more black children today than in the 40s prefer white dolls, indicating whites represented wealth and power. But psychologists were also quick to point out the children's choices couldn't measure their self-image.
It's the role of the family to strengthen the child's internal strengths on who he is and how he can feel good about himself. And the doll should not be the instrument to do that.
DISD psychologist Dr. Delva King says the new study doesn't take into account the availability of black dolls or the attractiveness of the black dolls used in the study. In other words, research is just that. King believes a lot has changed since 1947.
It's believed that I am who I am. If I'm black, I'm black. But they have developed a sense of acceptance. Feeling good about themselves.
And 6-year-old Kia's choice proved that.
Which doll would you like?
Yes. That one is white and that one is black.
And you want the black doll?
This is Robin Robinson reporting.
Well, in sports, the matches are getting tougher in the U.S. Open Tennis Championship.
But judging from the outcome, the Twins took things pretty easy yesterday. Ed Cairo will have the report on the Twins game after this.
Twin Cities, it's happening right now in White Bear Lake. Over 7,000 new and used cars, all gathered together in one location for the biggest Labor Day closeout sale in Minnesota history. Over 3 solid miles of cars stretching down Highway 61 from Highway 36 to White Bear Lake. Factory rebates, low interest financing, dealer discounts, and huge selection. 10 minutes from downtown St. Paul, 15 minutes from Minneapolis. The White Bear Auto Dealer's huge Labor Day closeout sale. Be there.
For over 20 years, Bradley Exterminating Company has been providing quality exterminating services for fine homes, apartments, and businesses. And now, due to popular demand, we've also developed a complete line of quality products for the do-it-yourselfer. All Bradley Exterminating products are easy to use and packed with exterminator punch to get the job done fast. When you have a pest problem, look for a Bradley display in a store near you. Bradley Exterminating products. They work for exterminators, they'll work for you.
Available at Johnson Hardware and Bennett Lumber True Value.
For Martin Fallon, the fight for freedom costs more than lives.
For God's sake, no.
It cost his soul.
You are profaning the Holy Church. Get him back. One more makes no difference. I said no!
Or hasn't he told you then about all them other murders in Belfast, Derry and the border?
Look, one back.
Now he wants redemption, but still has hell to pay. A Prayer for the Dying, a thriller rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you. Check your newspaper.
Hi there.
People keep coming back to Cost Cutters. All over the country, all year long. For convenience, professional stylists, price,
We're here.
the way they're treated, for quality. That's why, for complete family hair care, people keep coming back to Cost Cutters.
Only $6.95 for precision cuts. Perms start at $24.95, over 70 locations.
Well, the only thing I can say is I'm glad I went to the game Saturday night because it was one of the most, and I've seen a lot of Twins games. When Bernansky hit the winning home run, it sold out, you know, in the Dome. I mean, it was truly a great moment for the Twins.
Well,
Yesterday,
he admits it's the biggest one he's ever hit, and it has to be, you know, and they've come up with so many of those. But why not yesterday?
Yeah, so what happened yesterday?
Well, nothing happened yesterday. The Twins take on Chicago today is what we want to talk about, in fact. 1:30 this Labor Day afternoon. After laboring against the Brewers yesterday, nothing, nada, 6 nada to be exact. It wasn't Steve Carlton's fault. Lefty started, worked 7 full innings, and gave up 2 runs, but on just 3 hits. And both runs came with 1 swing. Glenn Bragg hit a homer in the 6th for those 2 runs. When George Frazier came in relief, things began to happen. In 2/3 of an inning, Frazier allowed 4 runs, 2 on Rob Deere's homer. Ted Higuera, meantime, throwing BBs at the Twins. The locals managed 2 hits and lost 6-0. Let's hope things go better with Chicago today. Twins have a 3.5 game lead in the West. Tigers trail in the East by half a game. Detroit lost to Texas 9-3 last night in Arlington. The Rangers took an early lead, thanks in part to the work of Larry Parrish. But Detroit was game for a while. However, their ability to hit the ball wasn't there overall, and Texas spoils a bid to stay even in the East with a 9-3 win. The Blue Jays got their part of the job done yesterday afternoon at the Kingdome. George Bell's 43rd shot of the year, 2-0 lead for the Jays. Seattle got a single and an error to tie the game at 2, and the tie stayed until the 11th when Willie Upshaw drove a ball up the alley in left center to win it. It was Toronto's 5th straight win. They lead Detroit in the East by half a game. So here are the numbers this morning. Milwaukee with a shutout of Minnesota. Texas stomped Detroit. Toronto squeaking by Seattle. California beat New York. Baltimore over Oakland. Chicago over Kansas City in 11. Cleveland by a couple over Boston. In the National, and things pretty tight over there. St. Louis leading the division, though. They beat San Diego. L.A. down the Mets 3-2 in 16 innings. Montreal over Atlanta. Chicago down Cincinnati. Pittsburgh over Houston. And San Francisco by 3 over Philadelphia. The U.S. Open Tennis Championship yesterday, top-seeded Steffi Graf, living up to her #1 ranking, easily defeating Patricia Tabarin in straight sets. Tabarin won only 2 games in that one, and third-seeded Chris Evert had another of those laughers. Straight set win over Manuela Maliva. Steffi plays again today, and so does Ivan Lendl. So it's pretty true to form.
When do the Twins play again?
Today.
Today.
Today, 1:30.
A lot of people at the Dome today, I'll bet.
Big afternoon Labor Day tilt. Bring the family.
Yes.
Watch them go.
All right. And get a pretzel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed.
it is now 6:49, 56 degrees on Labor Day, Monday, and just ahead we'll tell you who the top-paid entertainer is in America.
That's right. And later on Snapshots, take a look at some young women who hope to make dance their life.
LensCrafters has a better way to make your glasses. Our laboratories are right here in the store, so we can custom grind your exact prescription in about 1 hour and make adjustments right on the spot. Listen.
We had them faster and didn't have to wait.
The shortest time and the best pair I've ever owned.
Eyeglasses within an hour and very good quality.
Got them in an hour.
Go in and get a good pair of glasses in an hour.
It's a better way to get your glasses.
LensCrafters. Quality eyeglasses in about an hour. Burnsville Center, Southdale Center, and Loman's Plaza, Roseville.
Miller High Life presents Minnesota's largest, the Northwest Hunting Show, Wednesday, September 9th through Sunday the 13th at the St. Paul Civic Center. Everything for the hunter, all under one roof. Don't miss it.
Suddenly, everyone is tearing into Women's Day because on our pages, there are chances to win thousands of fantastic prizes in our $1 million 50th anniversary game. Plus, you can win one of 5 grand prizes, too, including a fabulous Lindell Cedar home, 2 Oldsmobile Cutlass Calays, and $15,000 in cash.
Honey, we're gonna win!
Find out how to be a winner in the October 1st issue of Women's Day.
After 11 years in business, Amin Z Oriental Rugs are closing its doors for good and liquidating their entire inventory of handmade Oriental rugs with a going out of business sale. Imagine 40% off classic Persian, 40% off beautiful Indian, 40% off spectacular Pakistani, 40% off colorful Turkish, and above all, a full 50% off Chinese rugs and durries. The selection is great. The rugs are magnificent. Now is the time to save on hundreds of handmade Oriental rugs at Amin Z Oriental Rugs going out of business sale. 1408 West Lake Street at Hennepin, across from Calhoun Square, validated parking.
There's a special exhibit now at the Science Museum, and it puts science in the center ring. The Science Show. It's a science circus spectacular. See the world like you've never seen it before at the Science Museum.
This morning on Good Morning America, Reverend Jesse Jackson to announce if he's running for president.
We'll hear what television critics think about the upcoming television season.
This morning on Good Morning America. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the highest paid entertainer in America today, Bill Ramey.
We were going to say that about you, Bob, but I guess not. I guess I'll take
I don't know who
the
it is. I can't wait till we get to the story.
I can't either, so
But
I'll hurry
first,
up.
the forecast.
I'll hurry up and get through the weather so we can get to that, okay, Bob? Overnight low temperature, this may surprise you, was down to 50 degrees, believe it or not. Must have dropped down in between one of the hours because the overnight hourly lows were right around 55 degrees, 56 degrees. So check the almanac and you can see that the overnight low turned out a little bit below normal, not anywhere near the record of 40. Set back in 1956. Sun is up already. Rose at 6:42 this morning. Current conditions, 56 is our temp, 55 the dew point, 96% humidity. Winds are calm. There is some patchy ground fog around parts of the metro. You might want to watch out for that, but skies partly cloudy. A nice morning generally around the Twin Cities area. Temperatures now across the state. The cool spot, St. Cloud right here, 47 degrees, and the warm spot, Bemidji, 59 degrees. A lot of clouds and a few scattered showers. Northwest Minnesota, eastern North Dakota, along with a cold front. And check satellite pictures this morning. You'll see coming across the Dakotas there, that band of clouds is associated with that cold front. That'll creep into northern Minnesota first and southern Minnesota later today. Watch this little patch of clouds. Here it goes from Mankato, comes up to the Twin Cities, just scattered clouds. You'll see some of those in the South Metro, especially this morning. High temperatures today. A little on the cool side out to our west, but not bad here. 70s to near 80 across Minnesota. Pretty warm and kind of muggy in the south and east. Out to the west, temperatures in the 80s. On the mild side, all the way up to Seattle. Temperatures up to near 80 degrees there. Our forecast for midday, partly cloudy skies and temperature around 72 degrees. Winds will be out of the south at 5 to 15 miles an hour. Afternoon drive right around 78. That'll be the high for the day in the upper 70s. Chance of thunderstorms, too, by drive time. Tonight's low down to 54. Shower or thunderstorm possible early tonight. Clearing skies late. Tomorrow's high only 68 degrees. Variably cloudy skies and a scattered shower. Looking ahead to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Scattered shower possible Wednesday. Temperatures a little on the cool side. 40s for lows and upper 60s to near 70 for high. About 5 degrees below normal, but not all bad. Pretty comfortable.
Perfect back-to-school weather.
It's nice. And Bob, what about that entertainer now?
Wendy's going to fill us in.
We're going to get to that in a minute. But
All
first,
right.
we're going to tell you about the headlines on this Monday morning. Cooler weather has made it easier for firefighters in the western states to battle the flames that have been raging out of control since last week. However, the fires continue to burn. Nearly 500,000 acres have been blackened so far in California. We will continue to update you on that situation. In other news this morning, Siamese twin boys formerly joined at the head are listed in stable but critical condition this morning. The boys were separated during a 22-hour operation at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. The operation was performed by a team of 70 people. Who's the world's highest paid entertainer? According to Forbes magazine, it's comedian Bill Cosby, who earned an estimated $84 million during 1986 and 1987. Other top earners, according to Forbes, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Springsteen, Eddie Murphy, and Madonna. A St. Louis Park man is inviting people to his treehouse today in hopes of raising money for legal fees. Mark Tucker has been ordered by the city council to bring the treehouse up to code by today or tear it down. Tucker plans to fight the order in court.
Great-looking treehouse there. Several events are planned for this Labor Day. A group that calls itself the Minneapolis Alliance of the Streets plans a picnic and rally today in Elliott Park. It's for the poor and homeless people in Minneapolis. The Alliance and several labor unions are sponsoring the picnic. Also today is the last day of the Minnesota State Fair. Several special events are scheduled, including a bluegrass concert at the Department of Natural Resources stage, a performance by the U of M Jugglers, and a race. The Miller 300 stock car race gets underway at 1 o'clock in the grandstand. But, of course, some other sports going on today, Ed?
Well, actually, we're going to go over here for a minute. We're going to tell you about a feature story. It's one of the most competitive and disciplined professions of all, the world of the professional dancer. This morning in Snapshots, we visit the Northwest Ballet School in Minneapolis, where some young girls are hoping to begin a lifetime of dance.
The ballerina, delicate, graceful, beautiful, the dream of little girls everywhere. In Minneapolis, the dream of the ballerina begins very young at the Northwest Ballet School. On this day, the hallways are filled with mothers and daughters who've come to make their daydreams of dance come to life. It begins with an audition for the school's performing arts school. Teacher Bonnie Mathis studies each student carefully.
Every aspect of a person is seen, you know, once they become a dancer. Every finger, every eyelash, every move has been registered by someone and corrected.
Students quickly learn that performing on stage is far different than performing in class. It will take many of these students years of sweat and struggle before they can ever walk on stage and take that first curtain call.
But despite the odds and despite the competition, the students continue to try. And even if they never make it, they have learned a great deal.
I always think of teaching ballet as more than just teaching ballet. They learn a kind of discipline, I think, that a lot of other children don't have in America today.
It is an elusive dream, one that few will ever fully realize. But as long as there are ballerinas and little girls, the dreams will never die. I'm Wendy Lubovich, a snapshot, September 1987.
I was one of those little girls in those classes once. Sure was.
That's where you get all that grace, huh? All that style. Well, this isn't nearly as classy, but the LPGA will finish the Rail Classic in Springfield, Illinois today. Yvonne Lendl plays Anders Yared. Steffi Graf meets Sylvia Hanukkah in the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. The racing schedule at the State Fair closes with the Miller 300. Bobby Allison, Dick Trickle, Bob Snecker, Mike Eddy among those doing battle, and the Twins have a Labor Day game scheduled. They'll take on the White Sox 1:15 today at the Metrodome. Bill?
Good game coming up today, Ed. We hope so. We'll continue to have...
Chicago fans.
I'll see. Maybe by later on we'll have a Twins fan out of the deal. But it's going to be a good day to get outside. Maybe invite the friend of the club, play a little golf, because very pleasant conditions outside later on today. Temperatures rising up to the upper 70s. Maybe some thunderstorms by late in the day, though. Keep an eye on those, Bob. So we find out what's up on TC Live now.
Okay, Bill, today at 9 on Twin Cities Live. From the fair, we will talk with female and male bodybuilders. What is it that makes them go to great lengths seeking the body beautiful? And is the end product really beautiful? Are women bodybuilders feminine? Is a man with huge muscles sexy? Bodybuilders today at 9 on Twin Cities Live. Wendy?
All right. If you see news happening and you would like to tell us about us, you can call the Eyewitness News tip line at 5 TV News. The number is 588-6397. Well, that's about it for this Monday holiday edition of Eyewitness News Morning.
Good Morning America is next. To watch for news updates at 7:25 and 8:25. And, of course, we'll see you again tomorrow morning.
Bye-bye.